Yo, what's up, guys? Elliot here. Um, Grinding for Rakeback as we come to the end of the month. So playing three tables, which I wouldn't usually do, but I'm going for a little while just to get this thing finished off. So I thought I'd just fire up a quick video. My Rakeback deal was stuck at like I think it was like 20k points or something for $1,400, which was back when I was playing like 100 and 200 Zoom. Um, and yeah, I've been sort of chatting to Stars for a really long time to try and get that reduced. And I basically realized halfway through this month that they moved it down to like whatever it is, 10k points, $800 I think it is. Yeah, which I much prefer. It's just a bit more achievable for me on a more consistent basis. I was pretty pleased with that, but I just wish that I realised at the beginning of the month as opposed to the middle, because it's been a bit of a grind, not gonna lie. But yeah, we'll see how we go today, and I'll see if I can make sure I keep my thoughts clear when playing three tables, because I find it difficult, not gonna lie. Bottom left, Queen Jack. I think at equilibrium, it's definitely a mix. I don't think we pure fold it. And this guy does like to three bet quite aggressively, so I'm just going to call this one. But I probably wouldn't recommend it against most of the pool. Hit top pair. Start with the bet, top right, pretty good board for our range. I'm just going to simplify it to a small bet here, but I think we can use larger sizes too. We'll call with top pair here. Check. Four deuce will fold. Okay, bottom left, it looks like this guy is not betting turn super aggressively in three bet pots, so we're going to be a bit careful if he does continue to show aggression. Fold here. Yeah, issue here now is if we expect him to carry on barreling ace king essentially. There aren't any sort of obvious draws out there, but I think we have to call one more, and I think we'll just fold rivers if he goes all the way. 7-6 deuce with this hand. I think we'll start with check. Now we'll be bluffing this turn. Okay, nice. He gave up with, I'm guessing, ace king, ace queen, ace nine. Okay, that sort of proves my point there that yeah, if these guys are going to sharp with hands like ace nine, then calling queen jack's a bit better. But I think yeah, you just need to be careful who you are doing it against, for sure. King deuce is always a call. Check. If he shoves there, he definitely does put some pressure on, for sure. And blocking, having a 9 isn't great, I don't think. Having ace of diamonds, I think it's okay. Blocking some ace jack combos. A7 open. So top right, I'm pretty sure we can have leads here, but still haven't studied it. Don't know what I'm doing there, so I'm just going to check it back. But yeah, probably pretty easy to play if we do lead that board. And king 8-5 again versus what looks like a short stacker weaker player. We're just going to bet range. And on the ace, I think we're just going to carry on betting here. Still get called by lots of worse hands. Question now is, do we ever... And now against this guy, I'm just going to block. Seems thin. Queen 10, gonna over 3-bet here. Call top right. Check. Actually, I'm gonna check bottom left. I got some feedback from Yolan Cohen in my last video, which you guys should check out. Queen 10, I do like betting here actually, that we can fold out ace highs, king highs. But I think we'll be playing pretty passively afterwards, I think. 10's interesting now. I can't really see us getting 2 more streets here, so I think we'll check. We're doing lots of checking on this 10 anyway. Now I think we've got a pretty clear raise. King 10 will bet range. And we can block, we can check here. I'm trying to think. You're still going to have hands, some 7x, under pairs, this kind of thing. We can block super small and I guess fold to a raise. Oh, this hand's really weak. Gonna raise top right. I'm trying to think about sizing here, whether we want to check and let him bluff. I think I like just block betting here to target that sort of pocket pair region that he has. But I'm not in love with it. I'm not actually too sure in this spot what to do. And if we check and he jams, which I imagine he will do quite a lot, I think it still feels pretty ugly. But yeah, not sure about that one. Not sure at all. King Queen suited here will 3-bet. Raise 5s. Oh, what happened in the last hand there? He called ace 3, so we could have jammed. That was in the back of my head. Jamming, but I think it's fine. At least we've got the call. And top left, 5s again's a mix. Against somebody who's 3-betting 14%. We're just going to call. I think this guy's pretty aggro. The issue with these pocket pairs, especially when you're out of position, which we aren't here, it can just get real dicey real quick. I think we've got a pretty easy call on the flop though. Don't have too much data on this guy. Yeah, we'll see what he does. I think we can probably even raise this hand some of the time as well, which is pretty interesting. Check range top right, easy call. If we think this guy's getting really out of line, like us in overseas betting this spot, which some guys do, I think that we can even start to check raise, but with ace doesn't seem great, and we've got, yeah, nice combo here to call with. 5s now, so I'm going to play small bet or check. It's just a matter of how much ace king I think he has. I think I'm just going to check this one, and we'll see whether we call or not, and we'll just block top right. I had a flush, which is fine. King 5 here, I think we just bet half. We could reopen the action here, but I think the hand just really is craving to get to showdown. So we'll check and hopefully beat ace king 10. Cool. Again, we've seen a guy who is a bit more sort of, yeah, I mean, king 10's a pretty standard 3-bet there, but you get some guys who will just never 3-bet this hand. So you've always got to think about who you're calling 3-bets against, because a lot of the times it can just be an absolute burn. And yeah, I've learned that on the hard way. My favorite is always like calling ace queen versus like big blind 3-bet, flop comes like a7 deuce, brick, turn river, and then you call down and they've just got ace king every time. That one the hard way. More so in the 50 pool than at slightly higher stakes. Ace queen off will open. Good board for range. Again, like I said before, we can use different bet sizes here. But yeah, I think we'll just start with small. Time banks run out here. And don't judge me, but I am going to rat hole the top right table. Just when I'm grinding like this, I'm not sure the quality of my play is as good playing 3 tables. So yeah, I just want to avoid like sticky situations super deep. Now conversely, top left Well, we've called some 3-bets before. This is a spot where this guy's clearly very tight. And now we've got to think about how profitable a call Jacks is here. Check his stats real quick. But obviously these positions are like super, super tight for him to 4-bet. 10-4. Yeah, it's his first 4-bet, so it's going to fold this one. I think in those spots, like best case scenarios, that we just sort of flip against Ace King if we jam. But yeah, just very difficult to play, even when we're in position there, because he will take the betting lead 9 times out of 10. Uh, 10-8 here's close. Small blind's tight, like we've just said, so I think we can open this one profitably. Flop middle pair. King Queen off close here. I think I'm going to fold this time. I don't think it's pure 3-bet. Uh, 10-8. I like just betting for small again. Versus size, another interesting pre-flop spot. We just call. Try and hit something. I think bottom left we still have a call here, still ahead of all of his bluffs. Just a bit difficult to navigate turns and rivers, but is what it is. We'll call. Good turn. He's given up here. Oof, he's jammed. I think we have to call this one. Aces with a spade, so I thought. And hopefully we can hold. Hold. Yes, come on. I guess we have the best hand most of the time now, bottom left. So he's getting out of line. Which the range bet can sometimes induce. I think people feel like they can attack it on the flop, but then if they don't really know what they're doing on turns and rivers, they're essentially just losing EV. 2 overs in the backdoor straight draw here versus, I think this guy's a pretty good reg. Well, cool. Could be loose. 9-8 will call here. Jack 7. Now I think we're just going to bet. Folding up pocket like hands like 8x, 6x, even some Jack X is pretty nice here. So we're going to go for it. 9-8 here we can bet, we can check. I'll just have a check. So you block 10-9. You shouldn't have much Queen X. I'm just going to do this again. No, fuck's sake. Queen 10. It's my laggy computer. Maybe we wouldn't have got him to fold. Maybe we would have. Who knows? When this guy checks flop bottom left, difficult to judge how much ace X he has. Is B75 like too thin here? Not sure. I was going to bet half top right. I think this guy's weaker player. I think ace queen's good enough to overbet here, top left. I was going to check bottom left. Wasn't really thinking about it too much. And yeah, we're going to overbet. And we get raised again versus the weaker kind of player here. We have bet half pot. I don't expect to see many bluffs in these configurations. I'll just let it go. If he's got me, GG. He has some ace king for sure. I think it becomes a bit too thin to jam. Guy seems tight. Oh my god. I'm timing out everywhere. Not ideal. This is the problem with playing 3 tables for me and talking. But actually saved us there. The king here will check. Yeah, I was thinking about ripping with ace queen there. But yeah, good job that we didn't. 6-8 now, I think we just have to bluff. Let's go b75. Gonna rat hole this table. So against population, I just think overbetting here, or betting here at least, works really nicely. But in these positions, got to be a bit more careful. If it goes check, check, I think we'll bluff some rivers. And yeah, now we've got a bluff. Essentially, he's trying to fold out ace high, but I expect to get looked up quite a lot here. But I'm pretty sure this has got to go. Complete bottom of range. Okay, that's standard. What's happened to my camera? We'll just start here. We can probably go half. Having the king of spades makes it slightly better bets here, but I'd rather have the ace of spades, obviously. And we will take folds for sure. I think easy check top left. Now in terms of sizing, there's not much behind. I guess we just put it in on this turn, I think. Hopefully he hasn't got a set. Turn goes check, check here. I think this hand's probably strong enough to overbet, but it starts to get a bit thin, so I think we'll just bet b75. There we go, camera's back. King 6 of hearts, 10, 3, 5, 7. But yeah, these guys who can put in the massive volume, like doing the mass multi-tabling, yeah, fair fucks to them, because you can already see that I'm struggling to keep up with the action here as it is. But yeah, no, fair play. Sixes, king 3. Seven fives loose, fold this time. Check sixes. I think this line is pretty overbluffed, underbluffed even. I'd probably say it's like one of like the nut underbluff lines when he overbets here. I'm not really sure what he has. I think he's just saying he's got a very strong hand when he overbets. But yeah, nice hand. Cool with the 7 deuce. This guy seems to be playing quite wild. And we'll just chuck in a 3-bet here with a jack-8 off. I guess we call again. This is pretty easy. We can probably raise some of the time, top left, but this guy's pretty tight. And versus half, it's not as attractive. It's going a bit small here. I don't think we'll lose too much EV. Check. For top left, it's a card that he can attack quite heavily now. And he checks. The queen's not great either. Like hands like ace, queen, queen, jack get there. That could easily bet, check, bet. I guess we'll check. And we'll have a decision on the river. Hopefully he just checks back like pocket 8, something like that. And he goes B72. I wouldn't be surprised if you have to call this one some of the time, but against someone who's playing 1914, I just can't really see how this is going to be profitable, even though he has gone bet, check, bet. So we'll fold. Ace, jack. First is the larger size here, again, the 3.1. I'm just going to 3-bet and try and steal it. Obviously, ace, jack off is a pretty strong hand, blind on blind. Retard on fire, I believe, is a reg. King 7's a fold. Ooh. Bottom left's interesting. I think ace, king off. Guy's 3-betting 7%. I think it's just a fold. Pretty comfortable fold. Or a jam. Again, could very clearly size up with this hand, but I'm just going to stick to a simple strategy. Now this hand is a pretty clear overbet. I've noticed since I've started making the videos, people have been like stationing me a bit more. So I'm literally just going to go like 200% pot here, which I think is probably what the hand wants to do anyway. Oh, we can have loads of bluffs here. King, queen, 9. The queen, not the best card for us here. Although when we bet range, how good the queen is for the big blind, I think slightly decreases, but still overall not a pretty good card, as we're betting more trash and he's not, so the queen hits him more than it hits us, and I think king 7 just wants to check. When he checks, I think this is too thin, so we're just going to check it back. Just trying to keep myself in check. Like sometimes I'll just try and like eke out some value with this, but it's just not worth giving villain the option to check raise, and he can have loads better king X as well. I think we'll check the 9-8 off here. Again, not too sure whether we want to barrel the turn. Because sometimes maybe it's a mental leak, but I just prefer barreling because it just makes our decisions a bit easier. Whereas when we check now, it's just like thinking about, you know, is this overbluffed, underbluffed? Is he only betting a flush here? Is he only betting an ace? Like, what's he betting here? But calling with the 8 high flush draw doesn't seem attractive. Because at the minimum, I'd expect this guy just to be, if he is bluffing, obviously he's bluffing high equity draws at a minimum. So we're going to make a fold. King 7 off. Jack 5, 9, 8. Queens will open. See how long we've been going for. Okay. King 3. Pocket queens. Pretty sure this guy's a reg as well. This guy once told me that to not scroll my sizes because it's obvious what I'm doing. Even though I don't scroll my sizes. And even if I did, why would you tell me that? I think queens are good enough to be 75 here. Don't want to do much overbetting as it starts to get very thin. Yeah, I've set my stars caption up to just time out next big blind when I hit less than 5 seconds time bank, because I've been hurt a few times. I think yesterday I was playing 3 tables and accidentally check back quads in like a 3-bet pot, which wasn't ideal, as you can imagine. This guy will have 4-bet bluffs. I think jacks will just stick in here. This will be the worst hand I do it with. And get called by 10s. Here, this will be a pure bet, top right. When he checks back, a fish just going to be super capped. I think we can assume that they'll bet their flush draws and king X, even 5x all the time. Pocket threes, we're just going to fold versus the short stack. I think that's fine. Do you ever want to call? I don't think, if we were a bit deeper, obviously pure call, but I think because he's short, the implied odds aren't as good. Pocket eights, we're going to call here versus a pretty tight looking fish. Hopefully we can just try and hit a set versus 3x as well. You know what? I'm going to fold this one. I don't really like the spot anyway, and also we've got a reg behind us, and he just seems very tight. What happens here? Oh shit, that's a misclick top right. Okay, jacks versus 10s, all right. Start with a check out of position here. Actually, no, we're going to bet versus fish. I think 10s is a bit of a loose call. There for sure. It just depends how wide he thinks I'm going. It's rare in this pool to ever see a flip like this. I think like the sort of like highest flip, if you see what I mean, is aces versus queens. No, like ace king versus queens. You never really see stuff like queens versus jacks or like kings versus jacks. It's always ace king and queens at worst, seems to be what people like to put in. With the ace of spades, we'll call here, I guess. I think we can even raise it some of the time. He seems to be c-betting quite a lot. Don't mind raise because we're call by worse. He snap calls. I think we check. King 7 to fold here. No, we just bet. I think we just go B75. He bets range, assume range on flop. We check raise, he calls. We'll just do this. So I have a check top right. King 5's an open. Check. King 5. Check here. Now I think in this position, which is something that Yolan mentioned in my last video as well. So when in these positions, when the big blind checks here, especially recreational, we just want to do lots of betting because you're going to get lots of folds. Going to rat hole this table. 10-7's a fold. Queen 9 offers an open. This guy looks tight, 18-14 over 1.6k hands. Fold Queen 9 off. Checked in. King 5 off. Tell you what, I think I'll wrap the video up here as well. And yeah, almost there. I'll show you guys the let's have a look here. Aces, Jack 3. So I can get the challenge up. Just going to start betting with, I think, 1 or 2 weaker players. He calls pretty quickly. So here, I'm not really expecting him to be trapping good hands. Fish. It's going to be 75. I think overbet's fine as well, but we just want to make sure, you know, we're keeping his Jack X here, basically. Don't expect him to have 4-3 ever. Although you never know with these guys. Yeah, so here we got, what, like 100 points left. Which is pretty cool. It's taken a while, I must say. I don't really want to put myself in this situation again. Where, yeah, we're struggling to get there towards the end. It's pretty grim. I don't think it's conducive to good poker either. Interesting spot here, bottom left. I think we can do a few things. If we are going to call here top right, I like overbet because I'm not really in love with bluffing river here. Having the 8's not great, blocking 8s. But we also block Jack 8, which is pretty good. Fold. And yeah, on the 9, unfortunately, it's just going to be a clear give up. I think diamonds miss. But I just think, yeah, the blocks are pretty shit here. Maybe this is a bit loose to barrel on the turn, but I'm sure it's okay some of the time. And yeah, I think it's just a give up. Shitty to lose to ace X of diamonds and like king X of diamonds, stuff like that. But I think we're just going to check here and give this one up. Okay, that's fine. People really don't like to fold when the board pairs as well. Something that I've noticed. But cool, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I will catch you on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Cheers.